What's up and welcome, guys, to One Oak Mentoring, the number one virtual mentoring service, entity, corporation, franchise of all times, right? But y'all already know that, right? How y'all doing today, man? It's another great day. Today is what all y'all been waiting for, man. We're gonna do another Teen Tales, man. Now this one might, you know, uh, well, you'll see. Let me see. What should I name this Teen Tales? I think I'm gonna name this um In the Club, right? This is what we're gonna name this, In the Club, right? So we're gonna do it like that. So let's take it back to let's take it back to 2004, right? Yeah, that's way back in the bedrock time, dinosaur age, right? All right, so in 2004, this was actually New Year's Eve, right? So it's about to turn 2005, right? So a lot of y'all probably wasn't even alive, man. This is back when people had to, walk 5 miles in the snow and all kind of stuff like that, right? So, but yeah, it was 2005. It was New Year's Eve, right? And I think I was around like 17. So we all decided to go to this club. It was a club called, I can't remember the name of the club back then, but it eventually was called Maui. It might have been Maui back then as well, right? So at this point in time, we're 17, and Maui is like a club where you have to be like, I think like 21 and up at that time, I think so. So, around that time, like, man, we had a fake ID plug. We can go get a fake ID or something like that. You need anything, you can go get your fake ID and, be whoever you want to be. You can be 75 years old, man. As long as you had $15, you know what I'm saying? You can be who you want to be, right? So we got our fake IDs and we're like, oh, man, we about to go to this club because we just been hearing people talking about it and, this and that. And, I'm like, okay, all right, man, I want to go there. I'm cool, It's gonna be a cool night. So we went there real deep. And when I mean deep, that means like a couple people. Well, not a couple people. Deep means you got a good amount of people with me. So we might have been, it's like, with me included, we might have been like 7 deep. Now that's pretty deep, So we go into the club. And man, we liking the vibe. It's like it's a hood side to it, but it's grown folks, you know what I mean? So we just happy. When you got a fake ID, you just happy to be able to go and party with the grown folks. You know what I mean? We felt like we grown, so we're like, oh man, we fake ID. We grown too. We only 17, but we feel like we grown, right? All right, so we in the club, and just like I say, man, it's me and a few of my partners in there. So me and my boy T, man, we just sitting there, talking or whatever, yakking. And so we see this guy from another part of town, that we know of, right? Now, let me give you the backdrop on this guy. Now, this guy right here, we didn't know him that well, but we knew of him. He was from another town, so I'm not really gonna put his name in this, but really, it ain't no problem if I did. But just out of respect, we all grown now. So, this guy right here, like where he's from, like he had a reputation of like, I guess being like aggressive, like a Debo type dude, tall dude, you know what I mean, like what I'm saying, not really built, but not fat, but what I'm saying, like kind of stocky, kind of stocky type dude, man. Dude might have been like 6'3", somewhere around that range or something like that, man. It's just had like, just a bully aura about himself. Like, what I'm saying? Like, heard a couple things that he did some people. So, okay, so fast forward back to this night. So me and my boy T, we just chilling, we talking, and so we see the guy that I'm telling y'all about, right? The bully dude, right? So, we see another guy from our hometown, that we not necessarily cool with, but we know him. Like, he goes up to the bully dude and starts talking, right? And so he was like, blah, 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 this, And so he tried to dap him up, right? The dude from our town tried to dap the other dude up, which dap is like a 5, for the people that don't understand what a dap up is. So he's got his hands up, like trying to dap the dude. And so the bully dude, like he looking at him like he said something, but you can see the aggression on his face. And like when he said something to him, he was like, no, something like that. So when he did it, the guy from our town, like he kind of like looked at him and kind of like, you know, had a sad face and kind of walked off, you know. So, if anybody know anything about me and T back in the day, like me and T just always found something funny, and we just want to clown about stuff like all the time, right? So when we seen it, like, man, we are laughing it up, man. We're like, oh man, I can't believe this dude just got punked out, man. Did you see him? He tried to go and dap him, and then he just brushed him off, man, like he was a punk, man. Told him to get out of his face. And I mean, like, me and T just thought that was just so funny, man, like all night. I mean, we was just like laughing, man. Like, that dude's a clown, man. Like, you know. So the night goes on, man. It's cool, you know. It's getting more packed. It's crowded, you know. It's girls around, you know, man. It's, you know, drinks and stuff like that going around. I don't know if I was drinking, but just for the sake of the story, I'm gonna say I wasn't drinking, man, because you know I'm a role model. You know, why would I be drinking at that age? You know, even though I had a fake ID, I was who I wanted to be, whoever I wanted to be, right? But anyway. So, you know, the night going on, everybody cool, you know, nice crowd, you know, everything going good, right? So if you ever been in a club, well, some of y'all probably had, you know, sometimes, you know, they play like certain music, like hype music. And, you know, when I was younger, you know, when they start playing hype music, like, you know, people would go on the dance floor and just start getting hype, jumping up and down, like, you know, bouncing, you know, jumping up and down, like, depending on what the song is, right? A lot of old heads, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? So you get to bouncing up and down, yeah. You know, just getting hyped to the music, right? It's no real aggressive music. Music just make you want to go outside and like crash into your enemy's house or something like that, or it make you just want to go outside and like hit somebody with a golf club or something like that, man, or egg their house or something like that. Something just getting you hyped, man. However you get hyped, that's what it does, right? So it's that type of music. Next thing I know, somehow or another, the bully guy is in my vicinity, like next to me, right? So you know, he getting hyped. But you know, when he's getting hyped, he's brushing up against me and like bumping me, right? So, you know, I'm looking at T, he looking at me. So I start bouncing back with him. I mean, because at this point in time, that's what you do when you're getting hyped. You bounce back with him. So, you know, he coming over here, he bouncing on me. I'm coming, you know, real kid stuff, man. So, you know, we doing all that, you know, at first. So at first I didn't think much of it, you know, but I did kind of think like, well, you know, I ain't scared, you know what I mean? I don't care who you supposed to be, right? So I guess I had got a little bit too hyped because, you know, he was coming to me. I was you know, doing what I do too. You know, I can get hyped too, right? So the next thing I know, he must have got tired of all that, right? So, man, I'll never forget this. This dude push the entire heck out of me. Now, you know, I'm not gonna really curse, but you know, next thing I know, this dude comes back and he just pushed me, right? And now it's funny to think back now, but he just like, I'm talking about, man, you know how like the football players, like, I guess it's like the little, I don't know, like something like a dummy in the line, they got all like push thing and they like doing all, I don't know anything about football like that. So it seemed like he had been doing that for a while, man, because when he pushed me, I just felt a lot of force, right? So he just like, whoosh, and I just went. Now, while I'm going like this, first, in my mind, because y'all know I like to break things down by the second, like what was going through my mind. When he pushed me, I was like, I couldn't believe it. Like, the audacity for you to try to put your hands on me, on One Oak. Like, I mean, because we had, you know, had some street stuff happen like a year or so before this, man. So I was like, anybody putting their hands on me, they got to be crazy, right? I mean, that's just how I'm feeling, right? So then, like, I'm going back, this dude just pushed me. So I'm like, the audacity. And then I'm going back and I'm thinking like, so then now I'm getting like upset. I'm like, man, now I'm just mad, right? So I'm just mad. But when he pushed me, man, I thought that, man, I never thought I would stop going. Like, you know, I was just like going. Like, it felt like I was just going forever. But I was thinking, man, once I stop, once I get my footing, man, it's action, right? So push me, right? So I'm like, oh. So I pray to God that I didn't fall or a trip, you know, doing that, because this probably would have went like totally different, right? So he pushed me, man. Then I finally stopped. I get my footing, and all I know to do is, man, I didn't like, if anybody knows about fighting or anything like boxing, like, you know, you want to set your, you know, your leg up, you know, your balance, you got your guard and all that stuff. Man, when I stopped, I didn't get no footwork. I was just going straight at him, throwing hands crazy. So I'm coming back. Right? Now, this is a big dude. Like, this ain't no lightweight dude, right? So when I'm swinging, like, I'm just swinging. I'm not even like strategizing. I'm just swinging because I'm mad because this dude pushed me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going out like that. So when I'm swinging, I'm not feeling anything, man. So I'm thinking I'm missing, and I'm thinking this and that. You know, I'm thinking I'm missing, right? But like, he had his head down and he was just kind of like this. So he wasn't even looking, right? So I kind of looked back, and my boy Joe, like wherever I went, my boy Joe was just like right behind me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I can just tell, like, you know, like he was right behind me, right? Like, you know, just like ready to see if I'm gonna need some help or something. But I guess he must have looked like and said, okay, well, you know, you handling yourself, like, which I'm glad nobody got involved, like, you know what I'm saying, man? Because I mean, I didn't really need no help. But so I'm swinging, right? And so the next thing I know, you know, I guess like some people, they get in between us, and then T, like, he grabbed me, right? And so when he grabbed me, like, he trying to like push me back, right? But like, I don't know, like back then, man, I wouldn't actually like tie my shoes up. Like, I would have them unlaced. And I never forget, I had on the Olympic number 7 Jordans, which y'all probably don't know about that, but they had the 9 on the back, right? And I think I had got them to start back to school that year, and I was still like kind of like wearing them or whatever. So when he did that, like, my shoe came off. And so that's when I really went crazy, right? So I'm like, no, let me go. So he was thinking I'm saying let me go to get back at the dude, but I promise y'all that's not COVID or anything. So he thinking I'm trying to get at the dude, right? So he's like, no, man, no, chill out. And I'm like, look, my shoe. And he was like, oh, okay. So, you know, I go back over there, and, you know, I'm like, instead of trying to put my shoe in the right way, I'm trying to like dig my foot in the shoe, you know, because I'm still, I don't know, somebody gonna come up and try to sneak me. I don't know what's going on. Like, it's just chaos going on in that club, right? So I finally get my shoe on, and then I hear his sister, like, I didn't know his sister like that, but I kind of knew of her. So I kind of heard her say, yeah, that's that boy there, who was hitting my brother. And I'm thinking in my mind, I was like, I didn't think I was hitting him. I didn't feel anything when I was swinging. I mean, but if I hit him, you know, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll take the credit, right? So, so then, like, that's when the real security, you know, they started coming over there, and it was like, man, y'all guys gotta go, you know what I'm saying, this and that. And so they getting us out the club. And I just remember, I never forget, this lady was like, see, that's why I don't like them young guys coming in the club, man. They're too young to be in here anyway, right? And, you know, which it was kind of funny because we actually were too young to be in the club, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. You know how you are, like, young and wild back in the day. So man, we leave, man, and everything, you know what I'm saying? You know, we riding around, and so my boy T said, man, you hit that dude, didn't you? And I was like, man, to be real, I didn't feel any punches. Like, only thing I was doing was swinging because I was mad because this dude just, like, pushed the life out of me in the club, you know what I'm saying? Like, in front of everybody, right? So I can't go out like that, man. So so then like a couple days passed, and I was talking to this girl, like, who was from his hometown, and, you know, she sounded like she was hating a little bit. And she was like, yeah, people say the only reason you won is because he was drunk. And then I'm thinking like, oh, I won? Oh yeah, man, that's hey, man, I'm coming up, you know what I'm saying? I'm coming up. But I mean, in which I told her, well, you know, I can't, you know, it's not my fault if that dude was drinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, somebody put their hands on me, I'm just not gonna let nobody just put their hands on me and handle me any kind of way, regardless of what kind of reputation they got or anything like that, man. So, but that's pretty much it, man. We probably saw him like 3 weeks later, me and my boy T had went to the flea market and we seen him. And you know, my boy T, just like I said, we both jokesters. So he was like, here he come, boy. He finna get you. He finna get you. And so we just, you know, and so we going past him, and so, you know, we locked eyes. I mean, well, not locked eyes. That sound kind of crazy. So we made eye contact, and you know what I'm saying, and just, you know, just kept it moving. You know what I'm saying. I ain't had nothing to say to him. I already did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying. So, but the message behind that is not to glorify, you know, like fighting and stuff in the club. The message behind that is like, well, I shouldn't have had a fake ID, you know, being in the club and stuff like that. That's basically it, because I couldn't control, like, if I'm somewhere and somebody put their hands on me, like, I gotta protect myself, you know what I'm saying? So I'll make a video about, you know, stuff about that, you know, protecting yourself and stuff like that later, man. But that's pretty much it, man. You know, that was my New Year's Eve night. Yeah, that was back in the good old days, man. All right, man, y'all have a great day, man. That's been another Teen Tales from One Oak, man. Y'all have a great day. I care about y'all guys.